Welcome to the Exceptional Sales Leader Podcast with Darren Mitchell. If you're a sales leader looking to take your leadership to a whole new level, then this is the podcast for you. We'll be exploring tips, techniques, and strategies to help you take your leadership to the exceptional level and allow you to enjoy more money, more meaning, and better sales results. Welcome back to the Exceptional Sales Leader Podcast, and a very special welcome to a lady coming in from British Columbia. It is, as we speak, a Tuesday afternoon in British Columbia, but it's a Wednesday morning here in Melbourne. Nuttha Goutier, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me here. I'm very honored to be sharing my story with you today.
Love this, and really looking forward to delving into this because you've got an interesting background. You're the co-founder and the CEO of Sabai Thai Spa, based here in British Columbia. You have a background. You said you've been brought up in Thailand. You moved to British Columbia, and now you've built this particular business, and now expanding it all over the place through a franchise model.
Yes,
there's going to be lots of lessons we can take away from this conversation. Love to start though, just by asking you, Nita, a bit about your background. I mean, you said before we press record, you grew up in Thailand. When did you move to Canada, and what was it that sort of prompted you to get into this particular business?
Yes, let me bring you back to where I was born, in small village in the middle of nowhere in northern of Thailand. We have no power, no running water, nothing, not even shoes. In that time, we have clay pot and pan for cooking. It's literally, we have tiger, chicken, wild animal, and just hunting for food. My grandparent is the first generation who arrived in the village to clear cut the land, to build a house from the bamboo to the wood, and to clear the land to have a farm, like the rice farm, the hillside farm. I literally grew up in the village that just start from nothing. The healing is part of life, self-care is part of life, and the community is part of life. The caring, the loving from the community that help each other out, and that's how it grow up. That it just is beauty of life. It's just so beautiful. People will be there for you. If your neighbor want to build a house, you just show up with a hammer without a word of asking. And that's all the men will do that. All the women will show up with chicken, vegetable in a big giant pot to cook some food. Same thing with the farm. If you want to harvest your rice and things, people just show up. 30, 40 people will show up in your farm and just helping you to harvest your rice. And that's just back and forth. That's how I grew up. I believe so much in community and sharing by helping each other. And then when I moved to Canada 25 years ago now, it's just slightly different, right? But everywhere I go, I want to bring the community together. Like everywhere I go, every neighborhood, every community, every business that I have done in the past, including the Sabai Thai Spa. I have built this brand for 20 years now, over 20 years. When I arrived in Vancouver, I work in the resort, get married, moved to the city in Vancouver. I started working in different hotel, different clinic, different spa. What I found is missing something. It's the warmth, the community, the caring for each other. It's just not quite there. I want to create a beautiful place that people can come into work. They feel like home. That's my first goal, is to build a workplace that make people comfortable, because you see each other more than your family, right? When you're your co-worker, that's the first thing. And then I want to create a space. And for the customer, I want them to come like visit you at home. The first step they walk into Sabai is they feel like they transport to Thailand without getting on airplane, and their five senses taken care of, and the warmth, the music, and just that journey become the whole experience. It become a journey, not just transaction. And that's what I want to create for people. And the first location we opened in 2005 was so amazing how people come together. It's like amazing. Can I grew up in the village? The people show up when you believe something so strong, right? The power of believe in yourself. Even no one believe in it. I believe this Sabai Thai Spa concept will become so popular and people love it. That's what people needed. I want to sharing of the experience of caring to people. And then I just told my husband, I really want to open a Sabai Thai Spa. And he said, we don't have money. How can we open it? And then I found a space for lease. And then I contact the landlord talking to us. How can you open your business? You don't even have money. But I really want to do it. I want to open it. I believe it. I have passion and purpose and persistence. I'm young and full of energy. And this is something new that people need to have it. Need a Thai spa wellness in here. And then you have less than 5,000, you could open spa. I said, yes, it will make it happen. I will do anything to make it happen. And he's just like, how are you going to do that? Well, if you give me opportunity, I will guarantee I never miss one check grant for you. And he did. He's just the
Mm.
kindest person that he gave me the opportunity. After he said yes, I said, holy, what? How could you do next? What should I do? Anyway, after that, it's the magical happen is people show up. It's same that when I grew up in the village, I have the lawyer come in and said, "Oh, I can corporate your spa for you. Just give me two massage." I have the guy say, "Oh, can make it look Thai teak wood like a Thai house style, like it's your vision. Just give me 10 massage, and I can do painting for you. Give me out the 10 massage, and I have the website people give me one massage of that. And I have bookkeeping. I know how to book. I can help you to set the book, and the whole thing happened from the stranger that just show up when you believe in like you're passionate and people show up. That's it's amazing. Anyway, the whole thing happened from miracle. Anyway, for me it's just like wow, that actually just happening. And I got the key in August in 2005. During those 3 months that while we do construction, people just showing up. I do a lot of massage myself, like doing a lot of trade trade massage. And I think in September, we have the reporter coming in and said, you know what? I really want to write your story. I want to be the first one to write the article on first
Mm.
page of newspaper and the North Shore News because we opened in North Shore in Vancouver and North Vancouver. And after the newspaper went out, the phone ring nonstop. People show up in the spa, and we just get so busy. We saw a lot of gift certificate. And that time, we write everything by hand. We book by paper book. Right, long time ago, we
Yeah.
don't have any digital.
Yeah.
My hand get very sore, and after that, we get so many newspaper, different stuff come in, article come in, and that is not just what make me Larry's excitement. The excitement is when the local community come in. I love your concept. I like your style. I like your spa. This is what we need. And just give me 10 certificate, give certificate. I'll tell everybody. I don't want you to go out of business. I want you to stay. And it's just the power of support from the local customer, local community to support you as the business. That is, it just make me tearing, like a tear with my eye, like just like wow. It's just the feeling of caring
Yeah.
that where I grow up actually is here as well, happening in the North America, in Canada.
Yeah.
And then the people said, I love what you're doing, and I want to see that in different neighborhood, different community. I
Mm.
want to see you everywhere, because I live over here. I want you to have your spa over there too. And that's when I thinking about opening more location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So going right back to when you're in Thailand growing up, because you said you had no running water, you had no
Yeah.
electricity, you said you also had no shoes,
Yeah.
but the community was there. And I remember my wife and I went to Cambodia and Vietnam. Well, this is going back probably 6 years ago now. And
Yeah.
going to the villages, the same concept applies. Everybody they live very close to each other, but the
Yeah.
community is really powerful. And I guess from a Westerner's point of view, looking into that, where we have big screen TVs and mobile phones and all that sort of stuff that we take for granted, we
Yes.
probably look at people in those sort of communities and think, well, they don't have all the modern amenities that we take just for granted
Yeah.
every single day,
Yeah.
but they're very happy, right? So,
Yes.
and as you were talking about that backstory, I'm thinking, well, when people talk about the fact that it takes a village to raise a child, it's actually
Yeah.
true.
It
So the
is.
community spirit is very strong. So that power of belief that you developed when you came into Canada and wanted to start this spa,
Yeah.
can you talk a little bit more about the belief you had? Because you mentioned that strangers came in and wanted to help you. So you had people that wanting to do some carpentry work or do some sort of work, but
Yeah.
instead of getting payment, they wanted massage, right? Which is a interesting way. It's the old barter system,
I
isn't
know.
it? From the old days,
Yeah.
doing that. How strong was that belief? But also, what sort of challenges did you have to face in the early days of setting Sabai up?
It's a lot of work, but for me, it's hard work doesn't feel heavy when you carry it with your heart. And this is what I learned from my dad, quite a young child. When we do tapioca farm together, we carry like 1 ton of tapioca daily by bamboo basket. Lift it up, but it's just so joy. It's just so much joy. Even we are farmer, we're so poor. We barely have money, physical body. It's a hard work, physical body, but doesn't feel hard because everyone do it with joy, right? Even we carry a lot of dirt, a lot of stuff, full day, and bending down all day, planting rice. But there's a lot of song, a lot of singing back and forth, palm is all makeup song, a lot of mud thrown each other. At the end of the day, you cover with mud. And then to let you know, you've done the whole farm in 1 day or 2 day, like talking about 15 to 30 acre in a
Yeah.
day or two. Yeah, that's just because of so many people showing up. And then
Wow.
that what our belief and also that lead with your heart, right? And do find the joy to do it. And then you can do anything when you put your heart and soul into it.
Mm,
You don't have to be, you don't have to be like exactly like, oh, serious, get it so intense and stressful. You don't need to be, you can do hard work with joy, or you can do with joy and then just take one step forward. Eventually you achieve your goal.
mm.
Doesn't matter. That's what I say. You will get to your destination. Doesn't matter which way. Some people might take a car, walking, or go a different way. You will achieve it if you have the goal to get.
So let's just talk about, I mean, you mentioned joy there and doing things with joy, and that yes, it's hard work, and I can't think of any harder work than, I guess, manual labor on a farm. And I
Yeah.
guess in Thailand, with the environment you're describing, you wouldn't have had any modern day equipment, machinery that farmers
Oh,
have. So it's all hand,
mm,
which means you need the power of people to do it.
yeah.
Um, when we talk about joy, if you were analyzing joy for you, is it joy from having other people help you, or is it joy from you being able to help another person? Where do you think joy comes from?
It's the both way. Joy is the more joy is when you share joy with other. It's more joy back to you and to the other person. It's two-way. But that the more joy is when you giving, when you sharing, is so powerful and actually give you a happiness that people always asking what actually happiness is. When I make $1 billion, 100 million, that's when I achieve different thing. When I achieve my goal, when I buy Porsche or something, that's I'm gonna become happiness. But actually happiness is so simple. Simple is something when the small achievement is come down to share what you have, what you love to other.
Mm,
Even joy come in simple thing is to care for yourself, right? And when you care to yourself and be kind to yourself and share other and kind to other,
mm.
to yourself first, to the person next to you, and then spread that around, to next village, over the ocean, over the mountain, across the world. You can do that.
Well, it's about looking after your fellow human being, isn't it? And looking for
Yeah.
how you can be of service to somebody else, not
Because
just what you
yeah.
can get from somebody else.
No, because we are human being, right? Like I said, one day we're going to go back to nature. We are part of nature. And then a life that we have here, it's a journey, how we want to make your journey to be fun and joy, or you can make your journey become difficult. And
Mm,
actually, it don't have to be. Same simplest thing like if you spelling a coffee on your shirt instead, just get mad and I am doing this. Oh, just a coffee, you know, it's fine, not a big deal. You just move on. It just is about how you think about your mindset. If you
mm,
have the right mindset, it things don't have to be difficult or challenging.
mm,
If you're very busy, you take on a big task, you just have self-discipline, right? Okay, this time I'm gonna do workout, and this time I'm gonna do this work, and then you just walk to it and one step at a time. And then actually if you go steady, like you said, the turtle and the rabbit, right? The hare, you're steady, eventually you will achieve the goal. Just
yeah,
one step forward to the other step. Yeah.
yeah. I love that because I mean, there's a lot of people, and you would see this in Canada, people in corporate,
Yes.
people in businesses living very highly stressed lives, always
Yeah.
looking for how they can win, and it's almost like this competitive nature. But
Yeah.
if we come back to it and say, well, we're all human beings, we're all part of, I guess, the one big village. We're here to help
Yeah.
one another. And look, there'll be still, and I'm sure even in Thailand, there are some people that probably take advantage of others and they don't live to the, I guess, the ethos or the principles of village.
Yeah.
But if you focus on that, then it becomes a lot easier because if you focus on joy, you focus on a good mindset, you focus on
Yeah.
servitude, when challenges inevitably are placed in front of you, it's going to be a lot easier to deal with those
Yes.
challenges.
Yeah.
They may be roadblocks, they might be delays, but you can still move forward.
Yes.
Um, I'd love to know because you started the spa in 2005
Yeah.
and you had a lot of help, you had a lot of great publicity.
Yeah.
How competitive was it back then as compared to now? Because certainly in Australia, there's lots of spas, right? Even in my local town, I think there's about three different
Yeah.
Thai massage and different spas, but they're probably
Yeah.
different in terms of how they do it. How competitive was it? And from a perspective of you differentiating against others, how did you go about doing that?
It's a lot of spa here too, but they are more like clinical or big spa or lavish and things like that. But it's just nothing what I have offer in here. We offer boutique experience, the journey, like feel like for me it's just my goal is to I want to transport people, right? When people come in, they need to feel transport to relax, to rejuvenate, and to reconnect to themselves. Mainly, I want people to feel reconnect to themselves because I think in the Western world, people disconnect, right? It's just a lot of people here disconnect. They're just not thinking, all about high expectation, the goal. I have to achieve this. I have to get to a master degree, PhD is just
A
so much.
Porsche,
And
need a Porsche.
people and people are good push, and people have kids. The kids have to, okay, you have to be in hockey, you have to be this, and just like pack, 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 pack. And they're just so busy, and actually they do not have time to take a pause,
Hmm.
breathe, and then just take the moment and enjoy the moment and reconnect to themselves. And that's what people need the space for that. People really need to go and make that be part of their lifestyle. The
Hmm.
self-care should be part of lifestyle, should be part of routine. People need to go weekly. They have to take it seriously, like the same as you make a meeting, like we each other, we set a time, we meeting. The same thing with the massage or self-care. It should be exactly. We have to set the time aside, make appointment, and treat them like your meeting, like to
Hmm.
care for yourself. And that what my goal, my purpose. That's why I've opened the Sabai Thai Spa, not just because I'm going to make a lot of money and things. My goal is to help people to get healthy. I want people to live longevity and enrich their life and to reconnect to themselves and enjoy and have a joy into the journey of their life here. And
Yeah.
that's what I want to spread that word. I want to spread that self-care everywhere, every community that people can experience it. I'll go back to your question before. Say, oh, how we competition? Because what I offer here, we care for the person at a whole, not just transition, not just one and go. help them, encourage them. Self-care is very important to look after yourself. After the spa, drink a lot of water, do a few massage, go for a walk, for a hike, keep coming back again. And then if you're start to get stressed out and things like that, make sure you breathe, do 1 minute meditation, do 10 deep breaths, or come back to see us. We can help you to bring you down, and you can reconnect to yourself again. And the goal is to help them to become healthier and
Mm.
care about their health. And now they're considering the people that come to our spa, they come in, they get legalized. Some people come 2 times a week, 1 time a week. Some people are like, okay, I want to book every single week, the rest of the year, every single Monday. Some people, okay, I want to come once a month, every month for the rest of the year. It's just, that is satisfied. That's successful for me. That's it. Not about I have 1,000 locations. That when it's people see like, okay, I book at your spa every single week for the rest of the year. For me, ta-la, exactly that's what I want to hear. Actually,
Mm.
now I convert that person to be healthy. Now they're going to considering about their eating, their well-being, and everything, not just only massage, the whole of that person. They,
So is it okay if we delve into some of the elements of well-being? Because you mentioned it a few times there that people are so busy, and people in corporate roles, for
yeah,
example, they've got these like this is these mobile devices almost like the extension of the arm, and
yes,
no matter where you are, you've got a spare moment. We're all scrolling the phone.
yeah,
The like a regimen around wellness. You mentioned there massage, you mentioned breathing, you mentioned good health around eating, exercise, and things like that.
yeah,
Um, with your experience having run this for over 20 years, and certainly from your background,
yeah,
some key elements, because I think people listening to this who might be in pretty highly stressed jobs, they may or may not consider going to a wellness center, right? But
yeah,
I'm interested then in the principles that you talk about that they might be able to do as around self-care to help
yeah,
them be more functional in what they do. Because my perspective would be if people are looking after themselves, they're eating more healthy, getting better sleep, they'll be more productive and more effective in
yes,
whatever role they're doing.
yes.
So what are some key, I guess, principles around that?
It's for me, I like 100% believer on the self-care that for me, the number one self-care, that means if you care for yourself, you be kind to yourself. When you be kind to yourself, take your time to go and get a massage. And what you think after, during massage, you already feeling good already, calm, relaxing. And then after that, you think you come home, you're going to be grumpy dad or grumpy wife. No, you're going to be smiling. Now you become a better version of yourself. You come home, you cry to your husband, cry to your kid, cry to your coworker. And then if you go to work, because your body is not tense, not tight everywhere, you relax. Now you get to thinking more clear. And
Mm,
actually, you're probably more productive than you just I'm gonna push to it. 10, and I'm gonna go to it. And then actually because it's you're 10, you just block and then probably don't thinking clear, right? And then probably make a mistake. And then
mm.
you have to fix your own mistake. You probably, take longer to get there. Actually, when you take time for your self-care, you probably become more productive with the thinking more clearly, making a better decision, a better version of yourself.
Yeah, I like that because I mean we talk a lot about leadership in this podcast, and you're an example of a leader that's built a business and now expanding that business.
Yeah.
But only good leadership really starts from leadership of self, and leadership of self will require a level of self-care, and how important is your health to you, and how important is your wellness and your state of mind to you, so that you
Yeah.
can be of better service to the
Yes.
people you're responsible for, whether that be your family, whether it be a village, whether it be a sporting team,
Yes.
or in fact, if it's a business that you're running. So looking after
Yes.
yourself, because when you think about it, because I want to also delve into culture and how you built the business around that. I always say that the team is a reflection of the leader. So if you've got a leader that's uptight, stressed all the time, has a
Yeah.
short fuse,
Yeah.
you're going to have a team that's very much like that, walking around like on eggshells, not sure what to say and when to say it.
Yes.
We need to make sure we build a great culture. So
Yeah.
going through the growth of Sabai and now moving into more business development and expanding that into a franchise model, are there specific things that you looked for as you expanded in relation to people? So were you very specific on
Yeah,
how to select the right people that would continue to carry, I guess, the Sabai method or culture
yeah.
forward?
Yeah, for me, when I go in, I mean, if we go back to running just a business, for me, I all about people, person. I like people, and I always trust people, believe in people. I'm strong believer, right? A power belief is just me. Even the people who work with me, I believe them. I believe them. You can do it. You can run this spa. You can run this location. I let people take on that role quite early. Even we just opened a few months, I already have I think a few months when it just opened with that, I have 5 people working, then I have 10 people working, and then I want to travel, I want to go for a hike, I want to do things, and then it's only way to give me freedom with the work and flexible to be the owner, to have belief in my team,
Yeah.
right? And that for me is just the believe in team and just lead with the heart, and then just listen to them and believe them, and just what they do, they just hear that person, and the result is they do a better job. I don't have business degree. I just not okay. You have to do exactly like this, and things like that. It's just what, just do your best. Care for the person that come in and do your best that you can. Treat everyone equally the same, and treat your coworker the same. You treat customer, you treat your husband, treat everyone equally, and that what for me is just fairness. Treat everybody fairness, just not someone different, and go to that. I use that method to my business all the way to and growing from one location to multi-unit location, 7 location, have 180 people working now, and a company doing over 10 million plus. I still have that enjoyment and the freedom and just people working. I just trust them and believe them, hand up any like usually it of course when you're working in the business, it always some stuff come up, but when you actually looking down, okay, actually, what actually the issue? Let's look at it and then just see and find solution. What the best
Mm.
solution, and then we just tagging on it, and then move on. And if some stuff you can't do it, to always find different way of doing things, right? You have a different way of slicing apples, slicing pie, and the end you get the same result. And for moving to franchising, I still using the same um, philosophy of picking the right person. It's hard first, fashion, hard, purpose, and persistent, right? Because if you find the people that have the heart, you can train them for skill. Right? The skill
Yes.
you can train, but the heart you cannot train people. That the
Yes.
heart is not easy. For me, it's just okay. If you have the heart and fashion and driving, you're trainable. If you
Mm.
don't have that, you're not trainable. And then
Yeah.
of course, we're using a lot of system using a lot of system like AI or the MLS training and things like that. I use a system to free up my team to have more people time, face to face.
Mm.
For me, it's about real person, real talking, meet person, in person, a real phone call. It's just that I have also, I grew up in the village. It's all about human, right? It's just
Mm.
not technology can be behind and support it. We use them as a tool, not using them as like, okay, here we have to be the main key of our business.
So Nita, on that, I love that because if you look at most modern companies,
Yeah,
they're trying to systemize, they're trying to introduce AI, they're trying to make it easier for customers to self manage, not have to talk to somebody. You've just said that okay, you've grown to 7 locations, you're doing over $10 million a year, you've got 180 people working across the business, but you also said you want people who have passion and you want people who actually think like a village where they want to have human to human interaction.
yeah,
So the systems and the technology you're actually using so that more time can be given to that face-to-face interaction.
yes, yes,
Now, that is counterintuitive in the modern world to how most businesses are operating because it's almost like, and I'd be
yeah,
interested in your take on this in your area
yeah,
in Canada, it's almost like businesses are wanting to create even more of a gap between the customer and the organization. and it's
Yeah.
becoming a lot more clinical, a lot more corporate. It's
Yeah. It's too
beige. It's not
full.
the human it's not the
Yeah.
human experience anymore.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, no, we human being. I think it's human. I don't think anything can replace a human touch, human connection. I don't think anything will, maybe never know in the future, but for now, I don't think anything too. The tool that in there, it use them as a tool, not, to become the main one. They use behind you to support you to make certain job easier. Instead before you have to write everything by hand using, like Excel, whatever that stuff. And now we can use the AI to help to to increase that time, what you call, instead your time spent 8 hours in the day, now we can spend those tasks,
Mm,
2 or 3 hours in a day instead. And then the rest, we still have the same people. I still like a lot of people, but we use that time to have more time to interact with real people. Yeah,
mm.
same with our customer facing. We're using a lot of AI in the back end. We're hiring a lot of coding engineer and do a lot of stuff to make it easier. By the end, we said, okay, we want more people to have more free time to greet customer, to be able to say them by name, open the door, and then sit beside them to explain. But in the back end, we have the technology to support us on the back end to certain area that free us up to
So
deal with the customer.
love that. So on a wellness, we've talked about wellness and how it's important, but also creating the customer experience.
Yeah,
So you mentioned before that the wellness industry in Canada, just like in most areas of the world, it's pretty
yeah,
competitive, and there's lots of different massage
yeah,
areas and different types of massage you can get. Creating that customer experience to the point where it feels like when somebody comes into your establishment, it
yeah,
feels like they're part of a village and they're taken care of and they can just be themselves.
yes,
That's an experience that I think is unique because most businesses, well, they say they want to create a customer
yeah,
experience, but they don't, as in many
yeah,
cases.
yeah.
So
No, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
no, I was just going to say, so how have you done that? Does that come back to belief in your background
Yes,
in in
yes.
Thailand?
Yeah, it's come on from the belief. For me, it's just a belief, the culture. We have the cultural plus training system that we treat people philosophy, not just only the business. We teach a team about philosophy of life. How to become excellent, how to become better, and how we do things. What we do here, why we here, why you working with us, why we
Mm,
doing this, to help people living better, to enrich their life, to help them to customer to become better version. That's what we do here. And
yeah,
how can you become excellent? The same thing if you're become working with us, and how you become an excellent to what you're doing, and you become expert. And we have the whole training. It's just all about philosophy training. It just from where growing up, that's what I learned. I just learned from, not from this textbook, just from the life experience. And people love it. People working with me, they just joy, they're happy. They work for so long, turnover is so low, and they just enjoy, right, as working. They come to work, it feel like they come to visit a friend, and they get along together, they hang out after work, and they just the it's so nice for me to see that what I want to create right from beginning. I want people to feel belonging where they're working. And now they're friends, they hang out after work, during work, and they just, enjoy time together. That's what I want.
they
Yeah,
throw mud
that's
at each
what I
other.
see. Yeah,
They throw mud, so you're really messy at the
yeah,
end of the day.
yeah,
So that I mean that sounds really great, and this is around culture.
yeah,
So building a culture and understanding what you stand for as a business, what you stand for as the leader of the business, and also being very specific on the type of person you wanted to attract into the business.
yes,
You mentioned before that you've got a lot of longevity with the people
yeah,
who have been working with you and relatively low
yeah,
turnover. I'm sure there's been some people that you thought were great, are going to be a great acquisition for the team, but didn't work out.
yeah,
Um, Talk about some of those challenges, maybe people that didn't fit in with the culture that you were looking for, and how do
yeah,
you deal with that? Because you come across to me as a person that is full of joy. You're going to be looking at the best side of everybody.
yeah,
The reality is not everybody has the same level of growth mindset that you would have. And
Yes.
so, have you found that in your career that there's been some people that, despite your very best efforts, they just
Yes.
haven't stepped up and lived up to the expectation?
Of course, every business do. You deal with a lot of people, of course. Yeah, for us, when we're looking for people, we're looking for people with a heart, right? Anyone who have the heart, passion, and purpose and driving, and that usually we bring to our team. And then there's many, and then of course some people coming in, this doesn't feel to fit in, and if it doesn't fit in, we said it's okay. Whatever you will find a place that you will fit in, and you
Mm,
will find joy. It's okay to move on. You don't have to get stuck. You don't have to get tied in. We're happy for you. Like everyone who live in our company, we never make them feel like they feel bad. It's okay. Move on. I'm happy for you. Whatever, just keep in touch. Just
mm,
be friends. You can go on, and we're here. We support. Our goal is that we truly care for others. That's what we are standing for in a spa, in a core value of business. Is truly care for others. Doesn't matter who they are. If they fit, it doesn't fit. It's okay. Life
mm.
is a long life. You just get on and move on and let it go.
Well, I'll just let it go, as Mel Robbins says. Just let them be what they need to be, and we're just moving on. We're moving
Yeah,
on.
it's a lot of
So,
people. You'll find the right fit for you. That's it.
well, you will, and when you think about it, I mean, there's a lot of people listening to this who have sales teams, have organizational teams, and maybe having to build teams, and it's not easy. But you have to be very specific on what you're looking for in
Yeah,
relation to the type of person, the type of cultural fit,
yeah,
and what's going to supplement or complement the team, the existing team, and add to the team to make it even better.
yes,
But sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes we get it wrong. Sometimes we think the person that is on the
yeah,
face of it is a good person, ends up not being a good contributor. So we have to let them go.
yeah. Let it go sooner. It's better.
That's right. That's it. That's it. That's it. So, Nina, I wanted to ask you in relation to, I guess, the business development stuff. You mentioned earlier that when you first set the Sabai Thai Spa up, there was a lot of people that were attracted to you. It was almost like the village coming in to help.
Yeah,
As you've gone through the development and you're now turning over 10 million with seven locations,
yeah,
has your business been built on that same principle, or has there been steps where you've sort of reached a plateau and you've had to do something different that perhaps I guess the village concept wasn't giving you the results that you were looking for and needed because you still have to run a business. You've still got leases to pay and so
yeah.
forth. So what are some of the challenges and approaches there?
I don't really see that challenging so much because when I opened the first location, because it it's same result, but it's come in different format. For me, I did not see like, okay, that I have to have fully structure, but I structure based on the heart and belief. I believe that people have to have high quality, the first impression, the employee have certain look, certain hair, the smell, the touch, the product, and everything have certain way. But actually, it's a protocol, right? But it's not coming in different format. It's come from the feeling of it. It's have to
Hmm.
feel a certain way. And the end, I build that the whole thing based on feeling into a giant book of protocol.
Hmm.
And actually right from beginning. And then I refine again. I said, okay, I want the people journey, the experience, the staff journey, the customer journey, like the whole journey is all about the journey, the feeling of it. But actually the result is protocol. Same as everybody else other company called protocol. But in my
Mm.
protocol it come in different format, a different view, different lane. Right. That's why I said when you see the beauty of life, when you see in different lane, it the result come into the same way in just different lane. In 2008, I refine again. 2010, when I start to expand location, okay, some stuff is not adaptable. Okay, I've just refined it again to be able to get the journey that people can work in different location, the customer can go to different location. 2013, I redone again with the whole protocol to have, okay, I want people to have more experience. And then 2017, that year that I really want to scale to go corporate, I really get into, okay, how about the whole journey is about person, who working there. It's like Olivia, who's working in there for so long. I just walking to her eye, to her lane. How can I create a career path to
Career
people
path. Yeah.
just from that step? Like, how can I help Olivia to move from step 1, 2, 3 to go the whole journey? And then how about the customer? If I have the Emily who coming in like this, how can I have her journey to go the whole thing? Like, I just walking from the eye of the lane of the
Mm.
eye, and then just build my protocol through that. And then the whole team actually working into the same target, the same goal to achieve the same goal. But
Yeah.
end result is a giant book of protocol that how can you, get the people to follow step. Everything is clear,
Yeah.
expectation and
Yeah.
clear step for people to follow. And that 2017, I know that protocol that I have done is ready to scale, because at that time I plan to expansion on the corporate for many locations, but get stuck with the COVID arrive in
Yeah.
2020. But on the 2020, I still want to have that, and I open one more location to be like a template. This is a template, this is a footprint. I'm thinking about customer flow, the cash flow, the whole journey, the whole spa, the whole field, everything from
Mm.
the inside, from outside, from different angle. And that launch in 2020. And after that one launch, I'm very confirmed that, okay, I can grow many locations now. And then that year I was thinking, how about franchising? I want to go more community. If I do franchising, it will spread faster to more
Mm.
community. And after that, I'm thinking about, and actually we lead then again on the whole protocol. How can we support the growth? And that's those 2 years we actually, okay, let's open 2 more locations to be like another template. Okay, one location we send someone with well-trained experience, follow our system, and then they have done it. And then another one, okay, hire someone with no experience, young and everything, and implementing out the same protocol. And both work beautifully. And now
Mm.
I'm confident. Okay, now we're ready to scale. Actually, we're
Yeah.
ready to do franchising. That is 2022. And I said, if we want to do something, I want to do good job. I want to do very, very well and understand. And I want to be good franchiser. It's all about a good heart and
Yeah.
doing for Leo, doing for good, not just come here and try to grab something quick and get the whole stake. I know I'm not interested in that, right? For me, and we all gonna be going back to nature in one day
That's
anyway.
it.
And for me, I'm not really care about the money. I care about how, if I'm going to do something, I do something with more meaningful, impactful, and impact in positive way in people's life. And actually, we spend 2 years about franchising, study them, learn them about benchmark, and hire the expert to help us to walk through the whole journey. Like, okay, how can we support the growth? What can we do? The whole journey, the team, the training team, the cultural training, and the whole thing. We
Mm.
build very strong foundation before we even open franchise opportunity. Like a foundation, very strong, not just strong from the experience that I have or the experience from the spa, but also the whole foundation to set up to become a good franchiser as well.
And so when you look at that today, because I love what you've just been talking about. You talked about protocols, you talked about a system, a structure,
Yeah,
things that can be replicable, things
yeah,
that you could pretty much take somebody who is literally straight off the street, but would fit the demographic of what you're looking for in terms of the good characteristics of the person. You
yeah,
could train them, plug them into that system, and they should be able to get the same result, which says your
yeah,
system is replicable, right? And you can
yeah.
scale that. So where you are now in terms of franchise is the future of Sabai Thai Spa now based on just the franchise model, or are you still going to be expanding some of your own sites as well?
We still plan to grow some corporate location because it's so easy for us. It's just 20 year, we open it and then we put someone in, they just run itself. And but the more focus is going franchising. That's going to be a thing that moving forward in the future. Our plan is to go to 100 location in Canada within 6-7 years. And this year and anyway, not this year, 2026 coming. In
Yeah.
2026, we want to grow 10 franchising, and then the following year, 20, and after that is 30, and then probably just maintain about 30 every single years to
Yeah.
reach to 100 location. And this year, we actually preparation to go into US. We just do all the structure, the preparation, and then we probably go to have the set up the first corporate location in US, probably first or second quarter of
Hmm.
next year, and then hopefully by the end of the fall or next year, we're actually ready to launch franchising in US as well. Yeah.
So with that approach, expanding your corporate footprint, going into the US, expanding via the franchise model to eventually getting 100 locations, what does that mean for you in terms of your role? How does your role change? And do you still have, I guess, the day-to-day operational responsibility, or are you more now working on the business, setting up the long-term growth strategy to make sure it's
I'm
sustainable?
actually I'm on the business long time ago, even with the corporate location, even just a few months. This first year of business, I'm already work on the business. I already give the key to other people.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm going back to Thailand for 4 months. See you in 4 months. Here's the key. That time is not quite a plan. We just only want the freedom. and then every single year I always go back to Thailand, 4 months a year, 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
And that is helped me to sit back to see the business from beginning. That's why I'm able to grow into multi-unit operation. Actually, I'm not in day-to-day operation. I have the people in place, like I have a GM, I have a senior manager team, I have the whole different team that who look, everybody stay in their own lane, right?
Yeah.
And they just focus and be good at what your lane is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which enables you to then continue to work on the business, set the strategy, make sure
yeah.
you've got the right structures in place that helps you scale in a controllable way.
Yeah, it's same thing with franchising now. For me, I just see from the top here, and then my job is literally have to find the right people and put that person in the right job to the
Yeah.
right people, put their strength to their strength, and then
Yeah.
just fill people into the role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that. So, Nita, this has been a great conversation. For people listening to this, if there was a word of advice from your entire, I guess, experience growing up in Thailand, being part of a village that is filled with joy and helping, and really the theme out of today was it's all about servitude and serving others and helping to take care of yourself from a self-care perspective. For people listening to this who perhaps are looking to, I guess, expand their own capabilities or just looking for something that's different, and they might feel as if they've been caught up in the
Yeah.
corporate wheel of I've just got to keep doing it and pushing through.
Yeah.
Is there a parting piece of advice or wisdom that you'd like to share that people can take away?
Yeah. That's it. If you want to make a change something, make a change now, today. Because for me is one quote that I would tell people is if you do it, even you fail, but at least you tell yourself you did it. But if
Mm,
you really do it, when you try it, you think you're going to fail.
mm,
If you really try hard with hard purpose and passion and persistence, the chance you're going to fail is low. If you want to
mm.
make life changing and do something different, do it.
Yeah,
You do it and believe in yourself. If no one believe in you, believe it so hard that you can do it. You will do it. You achieve those goals that you want to achieve in life and in business.
and
If
do
you
it with
want
joy.
to keep in touch with me, I'm happy. Everyone wants any consultation to start your own business or do anything, and like I'm happy to connect with other people.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. So, for people who do want to connect with you and learn more about you, where's the best place for them to connect with you?
LinkedIn with me is very active on that. Just Nita Goutier,
Yep.
Nuttha. Last name is Goutier. And my website is sabaifranchise.com or sabaithai.com. Yeah, you can reach me any any social media platform. If you Google my name, you'll see me everywhere. You can reach me anywhere.
You're all over social media.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Hey Nita, this has been a fabulous conversation. Really appreciate you jumping on the podcast. For me, it's all about joy, and I think the thing that I take away is the fact that we all live and operate in a village, but perhaps we take sometimes that for granted. And if we can turn our focus on, instead of seeing what we can get from the village, what is it instead that we can give and contribute to the village, amazing things will happen. So
It
it's
is, you know,
give us gain. So if you give more, you'll receive more. But you don't give so you can receive. You give because it's the
yes,
right thing to do.
yeah, that's correct.
Love it. Hey, thank
I,
you. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the
yeah,
podcast. And may I wish you all the best as you continue to expand your corporate presence, your corporate footprint, but also the strategy to expand your franchise arrangements as well. So I wish you all the best, and thanks for being a guest on the Exceptional Sales Leader podcast.
thank you for having me. I'm very enjoy to share my story with you today. Yeah,
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you for listening to the Exceptional Sales Leader podcast. I trust the information in this episode has been helpful in your journey towards becoming exceptional. And remember, please take the time to rate the show, subscribe to the show so other people can find it. But also, if I can help you, jump on my calendar, go to leadwithdarren.com, and let's have a conversation about how I can help you along your journey to being exceptional.